AAA games may have the budget, but that doesn't always mean they have the soul. Sometimes it's the mid-budget AA titles that bring the most creativity, heart, and straight-up fun. So today we're diving into 10 AA games that are better than most AAA titles. And trust me, every one of these is worth your time. A Plague Tale: Innocence is one of those rare AA games that hits harder emotionally than most AAA blockbusters. Set during the Black Plague in medieval France, it tells the story of Amicia and her younger brother Hugo as they flee both the Inquisition and swarms of plague-infected rats. The narrative is emotionally gripping, the stealth gameplay is simple yet tense, and the relationship between the two siblings evolves beautifully over time. What truly elevates the game is its haunting atmosphere. Eerie sound design, bleak but beautiful environments, and moments of quiet reflection that stay with you long after the credits roll. While AAA games often aim for spectacle, A Plague Tale succeeds by grounding its experience in human connection and survival. It's a masterclass in storytelling and atmosphere, proving that with the right vision, you don't need a massive budget to make an unforgettable game.
They're scared of the light! It's a nightmare!
We have to get back outside, Amicia!
I know! Keep moving! It's a monk. The other brother. We're going to have to climb up. I'll have to put the torch down.
No, please!
Calm down. There's a torch holder. We'll still have light.
But then what?
We'll find something.
Atlas Fallen is a criminally underrated action RPG that blends fluid traversal, sand-manipulating combat, and a stunning desert fantasy world into a thrilling adventure. Developed by Deck 13, known for their Souls-like games, this title breaks away from their usual formula and introduces a more open, fast-paced experience. What makes Atlas Fallen stand out is how it lets players surf across vast dunes, using magical gauntlets to lift ancient powers and battle monstrous creatures in flashy, combo-heavy combat. The story might not be Oscar-worthy, but the world-building and environmental design make up for it tenfold. It's a refreshing take on action RPGs that doesn't try to mimic big franchises, but instead builds its own identity. The game is bold, fun, and mechanically satisfying, something many AAA games fail to consistently deliver. If you missed this one, it's absolutely worth uncovering from the sands of obscurity. Atomic Heart is like stepping into an alternate universe where BioShock, Prey, and Fallout had a bizarre, beautiful baby. Set in a twisted Soviet utopia where machines have turned on humans, this first-person shooter delivers a surreal and unsettling experience that's unlike anything else. The world is visually stunning, filled with eerie robotic designs, retro-futuristic architecture, and jaw-dropping set pieces. The combat is crunchy and kinetic with a mix of guns, powers, and melee tools that feel incredibly satisfying to use. While the story might leave you scratching your head, the tone, lore, and sheer artistic ambition make it something special. The game constantly surprises you, whether with weird humor, grotesque bosses, or philosophical undertones hiding beneath the chaos. It's bold, unpolished in places, but undeniably unique. In an era of safe AAA games, Atomic Heart dares to be weird, and that's exactly why it deserves more recognition.
For it.
Banisher's Ghosts of New Eden offers a rare mix of emotional storytelling and action RPG combat that's both heartfelt and haunting. Developed by Don't Nod, the game follows two ghost hunters, Red and Antea, who confront supernatural forces in a cursed 17th century settlement. But here's the twist. After a tragic event early in the story, Antea becomes a ghost herself, forcing Red to choose between duty and love. The emotional stakes are high, and your decisions truly shape the story's outcome. Combat combines spectral powers and swordplay, and while not revolutionary, it's fluid and fun. But the real soul of the game lies in its writing and atmosphere. The colonial setting is fresh and immersive, and the haunting, melancholic tone stays consistent throughout. It's a deeply personal tale wrapped in a compelling ghost story, something that very few big-budget games have dared to explore with such vulnerability and nuance. Control is a mind-bending action adventure that grabs you from the first moment and never lets go. You play as Jessie Faden, a woman searching for her missing brother, who ends up as the director of the mysterious Federal Bureau of Control. Set entirely inside the ever-shifting oldest house, a brutalist skyscraper filled with supernatural phenomena, the game combines telekinetic powers, gunplay, and psychological horror in a truly unique way. The storytelling is cryptic but compelling, encouraging players to explore and piece together its layered narrative. Its visual design is striking, using dynamic lighting, surreal architecture, and clever world building to create a space that feels alive. And the combat, incredibly satisfying. Tossing enemies across rooms with your mind never gets old. Control doesn't just play great, it feels great. With its bold direction and immersive design, it proves that creativity and ambition can shine brighter than raw budget. Evil West is unapologetically old school in the best way possible. It's a third-person action game set in a stylized Wild West overrun by vampires and supernatural beasts. You play as Jesse Rentier, a monster-hunting cowboy equipped with lightning-powered gauntlets, a revolver, and an arsenal of brutal finishing moves. The game doesn't waste time with endless filler. It throws you straight into the action with tight levels, satisfying combat, and explosive set pieces. There's something deeply refreshing about its focused design, especially in a world filled with bloated open-world games. Evil West isn't trying to reinvent the wheel, it's just trying to be a damn fun time, and it succeeds. The combat feels weighty and impactful, and there's a surprising amount of charm in its cheesy dialogue and over-the-top gore. It's like a B-movie in video game form, but polished, fast, and wildly entertaining. Ghost Runner 2 is the definition of fast, stylish, and razor-sharp gameplay. Building on everything that made the first game great, it throws you back into a cyberpunk world full of deadly enemies, insane platforming sequences, and instant death precision combat. You play as Jack, a cyber ninja who wall runs, grapples, and slices his way through neon-soaked levels that demand perfect timing and quick reflexes. Every encounter is a puzzle of movement and aggression, and the sense of flow when you master it is absolutely unmatched. What really elevates Ghost Runner 2 is its expanded level design, new motorcycle sequences, and the addition of more varied combat tools. It challenges you constantly, but always feels fair. And let's talk about the soundtrack, pure synthwave perfection that keeps your heart pounding. While many AAA games drown in feature creep, Ghost Runner 2 focuses on doing one thing brilliantly, making you feel like an unstoppable cybernetic badass.
Your SSW chip tipping his.
My what chip?
Your U chip. Once he gets too far from you, he's gone. Don't lose the signal.
Where's he going?
Hard to tell. Stay on him, and we might be able to extrapolate his destination.
How is he so fast?
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is a deeply psychological and emotionally intense game that pushes the boundaries of what storytelling in games can be. You play as Senua, a Celtic warrior battling both real and imagined demons as she journeys through a nightmarish Norse underworld. What makes Hellblade truly groundbreaking is how it portrays mental illness. The game uses binaural audio, visual hallucinations, and symbolic storytelling to immerse you directly into Senua's psychosis, making it both a disturbing and enlightening experience. The combat is minimal but visceral, and the puzzles, while symbolic, never distract from the game's emotional core. It's a short game, but it feels like a full emotional journey, and few AAA games have come close to the vulnerability and rawness it delivers. It's artful, brave, and unafraid to be different. Hellblade doesn't just tell a story, it makes you feel every bit of it, from beginning to end.
Just
End it! No! It's nearly the end. He's gone!
Kena Bridge of Spiritus is pure magic in video game form. Developed by Ember Lab, it features some of the most beautiful visuals ever seen in a game, animated film-level quality, and it's all done by a relatively small team. You play as Kena, a spirit guide helping lost souls find peace in a lush, mystical world filled with rot spirits and corrupted creatures. The gameplay blends fast-paced combat, light platforming, and puzzle solving wrapped in a touching narrative about grief and letting go. It's accessible, but not easy. Combat can be surprisingly challenging, with boss fights that demand timing and strategy. The rot creatures add charm and utility, assisting in both battle and environmental manipulation. Kena isn't about massive scope, it's about polished, heartfelt design. It proves that even a smaller studio can craft an unforgettable experience that rivals big-budget productions in both quality and emotional depth. Sifu is a brutal, elegant, and deeply rewarding martial arts experience that blends old-school challenge with modern design. You play as a young kung fu student seeking revenge, and every time you fall in battle, you age, gaining more power but sacrificing your resilience. This mechanic creates a brilliant risk-reward system that forces you to learn and adapt. The game's combat is kinetic and fluid, drawing inspiration from real martial arts forms, and it looks straight out of a classic kung fu film. Every level is beautifully choreographed, from gritty clubs to sleek skyscrapers, and the progression system is tightly designed to encourage mastery. There's no fluff here, just pure, skill-based gameplay that challenges you to improve with every run. Sifu doesn't hold your hand, but it rewards patience and precision like few games do. It's stylish, smart, and incredibly satisfying, a true martial arts epic hidden beneath its AA shell.
End of the road.
So yeah, these 10 AA games might not have blockbuster budgets, but what they lack in cash, they make up for in passion, style, and innovation. Sometimes the best experiences come from the underdogs. Which one's your favorite? Or did I miss a great AA gem you love? Drop it in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more underrated gaming picks. Catch you in the next one.